BYB heads back to England Saturday, October 12th for BYB 32 Leeds Brawl, when one of the most decorated fighters in the UK, multiple-time champion Scott McHugh, faces off against undefeated Liam Rees for the vacant BYB Police Gazette World Diamond Super Welterweight Championship. Plus, two of the top technical boxers on the BYB roster go head-to-head in an international matchup when Belfast's Joe the Dragon Fitzpatrick takes on the American Harry the Hitman Chigliotti in the co-main event. Catch all the action live. Visit BYBExtreme.com for tickets and information.
Welcome to the Original Fighter's Voice. I'm your host, Don Mcguire. You know, today's a tremendous day for me and my brother, Mr. Stephen Rothman. You know, BYB acquired BKB out of the UK, and we were already part of the family. They were already part of our family, but now we're going to be sitting at the same table, and it's a tremendous aspect to be able to do so. So first and foremost, I'd like to welcome Liam Rocky Rees to the show, the undefeated Liam Rocky Rees. How you doing, mate?
I'm okay. Thank you. How you doing?
You know, it's about wintertime, getting to be wintertime here in the States, so it's kind of half the day is hot and the other half is freaking cold. You know, I know you're getting ready to fight Scott McHugh, and we'll get to that in a minute here, but I just really had an impactful question just come across my thoughts. You know, what impact do you believe your legacy will have on the sport of bare knuckle? Because you are undefeated, you're coming out in dominating fashion. How do you feel your growth will add to the sport and to your legacy?
I'm adapting to the sport every fight. If you watch all the fights, there are 3 different fights, and I'm changing as a fighter in every fight. And I think I got a different skill set to a lot of the other fighters. My coach, Jason Williams, he believes in a lot of the technical work and a lot of footwork, which a lot of people don't do, and a lot of the boxers are back foot fighters. And I'm a front fighter, and I got great footwork. It's getting, like, this camp is going better again. Every camp gets better. For this one, the skill set in him, like he's watching videos late at night and like recapping stuff, and he's changing as a fighter every time. And I'm just bringing a different stuff to the table every time.
Now, your opponent, Scott McHugh, is highly decorated, but you show no fear. You show no fear. You know, you're a tremendous bare knuckle, fighter. But, like I asked you before we went live, I looked a little bit into your life, and they dropped a little bit of a story today about you, and it was a tremendous story. But I'm a football fan. I'm a rugby fan. You know, mate, I know that at an early age in your life, you tremendously loved football and rugby. How does that equate from that part of your life to walking down the road as a bare knuckle fighter? Because you can't just say, oh, one day I'm going to be a bare knuckle fighter and just go do it. There had to be some implication in your heart. What was that?
I don't know really. I felt, I don't know, obviously when I got into the boxing, I was doing the gloves fighting, and I loved it, and it was great. Then the forms gloves come along, I give them a go. I loved that even more. The adrenaline was getting higher and higher. I'm like, shit, there's got to be more to this, isn't it? And at the time, my coach was training down Lowell, who's still with the BKB, and he's like, Rock, just jump on the bare knuckle scene. And I was like, what? And I didn't really know much about it at the time. Started YouTubing it and stuff, and I got straight into it, and I haven't looked back since. And it's just a totally different atmosphere, environment. The adrenaline is crazy. And I love it. It's brutal, but I love it.
Joining me on today's show from the Fighting News is the one and only Mr. Stephen Rothman. So, we're going to kind of tag team on you today, brother, because I think it's the first time I actually had somebody, a true Welshman, on my show. So it's going to be great to have this show go out the way it is. Steve, pick up the floor, bro.
Yeah, so I'm excited for this fight that you have coming up. BKB was just acquired by BYB. Yeah. And now the sort of a merger went on. and a lot of belts. You have the champ over here and the champ over here. So now they're trying to unify the belts. What does that mean to you? You know, this is for the vacant belt that you're fighting for.
Yeah,
but
I'm chuffed in a way because I thought, I've climbed to the top of the PKB now, and I've just been bought out, and I've got to start all over again. But lucky enough, I've had this great opportunity to fight for the world title straight away, and I can't thank them enough for giving me the chance to fight for the world title. So I've jumped up the ladder straight away. I win this world title, and I am at the top. And then my next trip is to America to fight the best in America.
Nice. After you win, you want to defend in America.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, that's the experience I want.
Have you ever seen the police diamond belt, Gazette belt?
I haven't personally seen it face to face, but I've seen plenty of photos of it, and it looks to me. Oh, I seen it in the Cardiff show the other day. I went to watch the Cardiff show. I seen it up there. Yeah. It's a cracking belt, yeah.
Yeah, it's the nicest belt that you'll see.
Yeah,
and that's
most definitely. And it look lovely in my trophy cabinet when I get one.
When you say the governor, explain why everyone asks other people, "Are you the governor?"
What do you mean?
Like you know, a lot of movies that I watch, they say, "Are you the governor?"
Are you the boss, like? Yeah, you're the boss, man.
Yeah.
The boss is the governor. That's Jason, my coach. He's the governor.
Yeah, the boss.
And the missus is the governor, but don't tell her that.
I love you, Liam. You rock, mate. You know, a fellow countryman of yours, Craig Costello, he actually lives in Leeds. We talked about it before we went live because he's a pal of mine. He says, "Evening, great to have BYB in the UK and near my hometown of Leeds. Some fight card. Liam's got his work cut out with Scott. All the best to him." What would you like to say to that, Liam?
I have a lot of comments every time. I've been the underdog the last 3 fights. Obviously, everyone's going to think that, and I can't blame him. I mean, Scott's got 3 times more experience as me. He's had 10, maybe 50 more fights than me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm the underdog. The pressure's on him. I'm fighting him in his hometown. They're all going to think he's going to win. Do you know what I mean? So he should, with his record, which proves. But the people I fought, if you look at their backgrounds and the way I'm up and coming, there's nothing stopping me.
Most definitely. You know, how has your family, your coaches, your support team motivated you for this fight?
Oh, my wife's been amazing. I mean, it is quite a lot of stress because I tried my own business. I got 2 young kids and a niece who lives with me. I don't actually see them because the more training I do, I train about 3-4 hours a day. I work at 8 hours a day. Then when I get home, I haven't got time to have a pool. I got to prep food for the next day, prep food for the night. I'm constantly on the go. But my wife keeps pushing me. My coach, Jason, believes in me massively. He's the one who got me here today. And pushing me and believing me. Some days I don't believe in myself, and people push me and say, "Rocky, you got it." Like, and yeah, it's been great.
Yeah. You know, before I pass it back to Steve, is McHugh one of those specific opponents that you were looking for to further
Most
or cement?
You know, it's been in my eyes a long time because I can't see anyone else who I could fight at my weight in my category in this country. There's no one out there other than Scott. But he did go up weight division and he said he wasn't coming back down. So, but he has come back down. So, yeah. So he was. I mean, it's an honour sharing with him, and again, he's one of the most decorated fighters over here. He is the most decorated fighter over here for my weight. So I beat him, and I'm up there. It's just a fight I wouldn't have.
Yeah, you know, this fight has me so intrigued, mate, because you've got the best of the older generation in McHugh, and then you got the young and up and coming Liam Rocky Rees, and I think your fighting style is so different than a lot of fighters. You know, your IQ is high. You know, when I watch your fight, you know when to go in the pocket, you know when to stand back and box. Who is the major mentor in your camp that has truly given you the decisive aspects on what you need to do in the Trigon?
Oh, most definitely my coach, Chase Williams. He's a mastermind. His footwork and his skill he's got, and the knowledge is unbelievable. And his technical work, everything about him. He studies boxing a lot. He's up late in nights watching stuff, studying stuff, footwork, old school people though, not all this new stuff. He believes in a lot of old school work. Same as sparring. He doesn't believe in sparring. This camp I have sparred only 3-4 times, but normally I spar once. We do a lot of technical sparring normally, because he believes in technical sparring, more than sparring. But obviously we've had to adapt to the 3-minute rounds instead of the 2-minute rounds, which has been a big adjustment. So I've had massive help off James Lilly, who's a BKFC. He's one of the best out there, and I'm not going to get better sparring than James Lilly. He's fighting the same day as well, but he's on a multi-day card with BKFC.
That's dope. Steve?
Yeah. So when you go to bed at night, Liam, how do you see this fight in your dreams?
I'll be lifting that belt at the end of the second round, I hope.
Second round.
Second round, third round, I don't mind taking it all away. Do you know what I mean? But I'm going to be lifting that belt. Yeah, every camp I put 110% into it, and everyone says that this camp's the best. Every camp is you get better and better. And I'm only now coming out of my eggshell. You know what I mean? Obviously, the last 2-3 fights, I haven't been doing them right. I've been dieting and then I've been exploding straight after the weigh-in, and going the ring bloated and stuff, and then gassing. So this time I'm going to do a spot on, and I'm going to be a machine.
Yeah, and how did you come across the name Rocky as a nickname?
Well, believe it or not, it was actually through football. I was actually called the Wall in football because no one could get past me in the fence when I was a kid. And then later down the line, I went through a phase of fighting with people, and I kept knocking people out. And my coach was like, "You're not the Wall anymore. You're Rocky," and it stuck by me ever since.
Nice. So in the original movie Rocky, you know how the movie ends?
I am watching Rocky. I used to love watching Rocky films all the time. When I got in Rocky, I didn't stop watching. I had my mother bought me the book set of them, the DVD set.
Yeah.
And I watched them. I have watched them for years.
Don, you know the original movie, how it ends?
No.
Original Rocky?
You told me this before on a telephone call. I can't remember.
The original Rocky ends with Adrian coming into the ring and his hand up with her hugging him.
Yeah.
But in the original movie, that was the TV version. But in the original movie, after the fight, he walks off and goes back to his apartment. And one of the girls from the movies that called him a bum said, "You're all right, Rock." That was the ending of the original 1979 Rocky movie. And it's hard to see because every time you see it on TV, they play the as for TV version.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a great nickname for a fighter for sure.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah.
You know, Scott. I mean, Liam. It's this fight with Scott McHugh. This fight is not only probably argumentatively one of the biggest fights you've ever had in front of you. You know, and we're not going to count Scott McHugh out, but you know, honestly, when you look at this, is an opportunity for you to create a new era in bare knuckle for the UK. You know, you're younger, the talent that you bring. What message would you give to the young fans of the United Kingdom, to Wales, the Netherlands? What would you give to them in knowledge on how to become the proper fighter, how to build yourself, and how to best protect your brand moving forward like you have? Because here you are in your fourth fight, I believe, fourth or fifth fight in bare knuckle, and you're already getting a world title fight.
Yeah, correct. You've got the right mindset to start off with. And if you want to get into the sport, get into the sport. But you've got to put 110% into every camp. And if you're going to half-hearted, it's pointless. Like, I won't go into that ring unless I know I've trained my bollocks off. I am cutting no corners. I've put everything I can do. I've tried my best. I put 110% into it, and I know I'm going to go that ring with the win. And I haven't lost since. I've never lost a fight because I had the right mindset. going forward, I put 110%, they're not half-hearted. I determined everything into these camps.
See, that's what I love about you guys. You British people and Canadians, a lot of people, they say what they mean and they don't fool around about it. You know, this is like I said, argumentally one of the biggest fights in a long time, other than the Mark Irwin Julio Tenori fight. You know, I think this is one of the greatest fight cards that Mel Valenzuela and others have built. But this opportunity for you, this opportunity will give you greater and greater chances to prove who you are in the future. How would Liam Rocky Rees like the sport to conceive him?
This is a massive opportunity for me, and they get this opportunity so soon. It's incredible. But yeah, if I win this now, I'm at the top. I'm at the top of the level, and I just want to keep climbing the ladder.
Yeah, mate. How hard was it for you to evolve to get to the place you're at now?
Oh, it was a lot of hard work and sacrifice. It's not easy. People think camps are easy. To be honest with you, I hate camps because I love my food so much. I hate camps. I love my cookies, my cakes, my biscuits. You've got to sacrifice everything, and you've got to be determined to sacrifice a lot of things. You've got to live in a gym. You've got to diet hard if you were my weight, and you've got to put 110% into everything. You've got to.
Yeah. You know, I'm going to ask one question
as well. You can't just turn up. You've got to study it. You've got to study it, and you've got to be a different fighter every time. You look at these fighters, they're the same fighter, they come out same fighter every time. People are they're going to read you by a book, and then you're going to know you. I come out different every time. And this fight, and I come out different again.
You know, we've been talking about food the whole show, and I apologize to you because we know you're cutting right now. Yeah. But it's worth it. You know, it's worth it to create that opportunity. You know, hypothetically, I know how people are in the UK, but I'm going to give you the opportunity. Let's say it's the night of the weigh-ins. I'm Scott McHugh. I'm standing in front of you. What does Liam Rocky Rees say to me?
If he was Scott McHugh?
Yeah, and it's weigh-ins. I'm standing right in front of you. What do you got to say?
We got no bad blood. I got the most respect for him, and I will go to him, shake his hand, give him all the best of luck, I respect him. And let the best man win on the night, and hopefully we'll have a good drink after it.
Steve,
what would winning this belt, the police diamond belt, mean to you?
It mean the world to me. I set my goals. I've achieved my goals already. My last goal is to get a world title, and not any world title. This is the World Police Diamond Gazette belt. This is the best belt out there. So to get this belt, and it'd be an honor to win that belt, and I want that belt.
Did one of your children draw that moose head behind you?
That was I had that my birthday last night.
Yeah, the other way, up on the wall.
Oh, up there.
Oh, there, yeah.
Yeah. Well, my kids are naughty. They're only 2 and 4. They're bloody hard work.
Nice. Did they get in trouble for that?
For that, yeah. No, my partner done that.
Yeah, it's nice.
Crazy one.
I like it. It's nice piece of art.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm gonna jump in here real quick. A tremendous coach and trainer in bare knuckle. He has several world champions in his stable over here in the United States. His name is Coach AJ Easley. He says, I'm excited to see this fight. Scott is going to present some challenges for sure. Where do you think you have the advantage in this fight?
Well, I think I have the advantage. I can own the centre of the ring. I can dominate the centre of the ring. My footwork is totally different to Scott's. My boxing ability is totally different to Scott's. Scott's a Muay Thai boxer. He's a tough guy. He's still quite basic as a boxer, but he's done incredible to get where he is. My technical work, I don't want to drop too much. It's better again. And I'm just my distancing, my timing, my footwork, stay outside, bit of switching, bit of this, bit of that. And I'm going to confuse you. I'm the most awkwardest fighter. Everyone I've ever fought, sparred, anyone says you're the most awkwardest fighter I've ever sparred, and I am.
Yeah. You know, the talent that you have.
I'm awkward to get to. I make it awkward for my opponents, and that's the thing about me. I'm an awkward person to get to.
Yeah, you see, what I like about your style is you're unpredictable. I mean, one thing I've noticed in a lot of fights, what you'll do is you'll come in the pocket, you'll back out, and then you'll go back to a boxer stance. And I think a lot of people don't understand the way bare knuckle works, because especially in the trigon, I don't know how much experience you've had in the trigon, but the corners are deep. And I notice a lot of fighters that have really aren't adjusted to bare knuckle will come out flailing and try to step in the pocket. At what point in your career did you decide that you were going to take a boxer's approach instead of just a swinger's approach, per se?
My coach, personally, it's all down to my coach. I mean, he's always trained us to be a front foot fighter. You're on the centre of the ring, you be dominant, and you've won that fight. You are on that back foot. You're the one chasing him. You're constantly on the go. You're going to be gassing at the end. If you go on the centre of the ring and dominate that fight, you're winning that fight.
I know family is...
This trigon, you can't go on a back foot. So like a lot of fighters will come over, they're back foot fighters from the BYB. They'll struggle in this trigon because you've got to be a front foot fighter. You've got to know where to run. You've got to be in that dom. You've got to own a centre of a ring.
I know family means a lot to you.
Yeah.
What is it? How does it feel to be able to sit with your family and have them watch you continually succeed, build your legacy, create history? Because I know it's valuable because my family's from Ireland. So I know over there it means a lot to add to the value of your family. Where does this?
I'm doing it for my two boys and my niece. I'm leaving a legacy for them, and they can say, "Oh, look, my dad done this when he went to his friends and stuff." And it's great. We go out around here now, and again a bit bigger and bigger now. My name is, and that's Rocky, he's the BKP champ and all that. And my wife says, "Oh my God, everywhere we go, people know you. We can't even go for food." Quiet lunch around it, someone knowing you. It's like, well, I can't help that.
Yeah, one more question before I pass it to Steve. How honored are you? Do you feel? I mean, because I see you wearing a BKB shirt. We're wearing BYB shirts.
Yeah.
What did it mean for the people over there in the UK to be acquired by BYB? Because we've been partners for many, many years now. It really didn't change anything. Joe Brown and Jim Freeman, Dove, and all of them are basically still going to be running some aspects of it. But to actually come out and fight a world title fight under the BYB banner, what would that mean for you?
It's massive. It means the world to me. I mean, it's a massive opportunity for me. It's opened the doors to me already. Obviously, within it's going to be amazing. I got the chance now to actually go to America, travel, do a bit more traveling, fight the world. So obviously, it was just constantly seeing people in the O2. Now we're moving around a bit. We've got a new rule set, new mindset again, and I got new goals again now. Obviously, to win this world title, get into the Hall of Fame, and get out to America.
I'll tell you what, before Steve takes it, you win this fight, I will put you on my show every month for the next 12 months because I want the world to know who Liam Rocky Rees is. That's no bullshit, dude. I'll do it just to do it because you're bringing such a profound impact into bare knuckle. Yeah. And I want you to be a household name, mate. I'm not choosing sides in the fight. All I'm doing is saying that you're one hell of a fighter. You're dedicated. And your mentors are surely doing a tremendous bang-up job with you, mate. They really are.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and it's bizarre because my coach actually trains people in America who are in the BKFC through this now, through FaceTime or video link, and they're doing quite good out there as well. And he's got Daniel Llewellyn up to the world title. He's won a world title with him twice in it. Yeah. So he's a good coach. He knows his knowledge and his skill is incredible.
Yeah, you're both of your coaches are just phenomenal, bro. The people that brought you up in this industry, a lot of people don't know them in the States, but I know who they are. And you couldn't have had a better aspect put their hand on you and teach you. The mentorship is showing to this day. And now you got this opportunity to show not just England, not just Wales, but the entire world who deserves the title the most. And I think that's a tremendous opportunity for you, mate. You know, I told you we would cut this show short, so I'm going to let Steve ask you a couple more questions, and I'm going to come up and wrap because we know you've been shattered all day in training. And, bro, I want you to win this fight. My shows generally are long format, but I'm not going to do that to you today. So I'll let Steve ask you a couple more questions, and then we'll wrap it up, brother.
So you mentioned the difference between BKB and BYB rules. So what are those rules that you're talking about that are
it's totally it's a quite a big adjustment and change for us, because obviously we've been used to 2-minute rounds of boxing, which I finally adapted to, and now we've got the 3-minute rounds. That 1-minute round is a massive difference, believe it or not, in the ring. Like, the last 2 fights have been 5 2-minute rounds, so I've always been at 10 minutes. This time I'm in at like 20 minutes. I'm in for double the time. And it's not only that now, the ring is twice as small. It's triangle. You toe-to-toe for 3 minutes instead of you can move around the ring for 2 minutes. So you've got to pace yourself, but you've got to try and pace yourself while you toe-to-toe in the middle. So you've got to be good with your footwork and your movement and your head movement. And obviously this clinch work now is a game changer. This clinch work, like you said, all us new BKP people have emerged. We're all new to it. Where you Americans have done it for a long time, so you're used to it. So yeah, it's a massive change and a massive crossover, and it'll be my first time trying it out now.
Yeah, and how are you going to adapt to doing that? Have you trained?
Different, yeah. Also, change the clock. Obviously, the 3-minute rounds, the 2-minute rounds now, and I've had to take up some jiu-jitsu lessons privately, just to learn some clinch work and to make sure I know the main things to help me in clinch work. At the end of the day, we're all in it for a brawl, but I'm in it just to win a fight. If I can win a fight without getting in a clinch and in a brawl, then I'll do that. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to get battered and my face taken off. You know, I got 2 young kids. I have got a business to run, which covers my bills for a house. I know people like a dirty brawl, but I'm just in there to win the fight. And if I can win it by holding that center of the ring and keeping them off me with a jab, that's what I'll do.
And when was the first time you saw a bare knuckle fight? What made you fall in love with bare knuckle?
I first saw a bare knuckle fight. I actually first saw a bare knuckle fight when I actually went up in a fight myself.
Is that true?
Yeah. And then I thought to myself before I jumped in the ring, what the fuck am I doing here? Because you can hear every clinch, cluck. I'm like, wow. I wasn't expecting this. And then I shit to myself going in there. Once that bell went, the adrenaline kicked in. I hit him. I thought, oh, this is good. And I loved it since.
Nice. And who's your favorite boxer?
My favorite boxer of all time? I don't know. It's a tricky one, that is. I go for Rocky because my nickname's Rocky. I know it's Sylvester Stone. I know it's not really you don't need a boxer, but I go for Rocky.
Rocky Balboa. The original. It's based off a story of a guy, Chuck, that was, he's like, they call him the original Rocky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I like a lot of the old school boxers, I do, because the old school styles are the way forward, where a lot of these boxers are the same. They stand there, there's no head movement, it's just the same boring boxing, where the oldest generation, years ago, the technical work is much different to these day and age boxers.
Right.
And the footwork.
Yeah.
We're going to go to a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll wrap up the show.
BYB heads back to England Saturday, October 12th for BYB 32 Leeds Brawl. When one of the most decorated fighters in the UK, multiple-time champion Scott McHugh, faces off against undefeated Liam Rees for the vacant BYB Police Gazette World Diamond Super Welterweight Championship. Plus, 2 of the top technical boxers on the BYB roster go head-to-head in an international matchup. When Belfast's Joe the Dragon Fitzpatrick takes on the American Harry the Hitman Chigliotti in the co-main event. Catch all the action live Visit BYBExtreme.com for tickets and information.
Mate, how does it make you feel seeing yourself in the bright lights on the commercial? You know, I'm not one for all that, and I don't believe you are. But how does it bring a special kind of vibe knowing that you're walking into one of the greatest fights of your life?
It does, and of course, I've never been a main. I've been a main event before on again like some shows, but it's my first time being a main event on. I was never a main event in BKB, so this is my first time ever, and I do feel a bit like a superstar, a little bit of a superstar, you know what I mean? Because it's my first time doing it. I'm headlining the show. It's a great experience for me. The buzz is going to be great, and yeah, I'm excited, really excited. You know what I mean? And this is what BYB is one of the biggest, and BYB Bare Knuckle boxing is the biggest growing combat sport there is. I think we will be the biggest soon, and it's just growing fast and fast. It's so good to watch. Like, you watch the cage fight, then like, you could be on the floor grappling 3 minutes, you get bored of it. Boxing these days is getting boring. So the bare knuckle scene is amazing, and I think it's growing massively.
Yeah. You know, Coach AJ Easley had one more question before we kind of wrap things up. He says, clinch work, 3-minute rounds, deep corners for a front foot fighter makes for a great fight. See you on the battlefield. You know, what do you make of that statement?
Yeah, so it's the other day, I mean, like I said, a lot of people I've been underestimated on all my fights. So it doesn't hesitate me. Everyone is watching the day what I bring to the table, and yeah, I'm going to prove everyone wrong once again.
Yeah, that's one hell of a coach right there, Mr. Coach AJ Easley. Like I said, he has quite a stable of world champions, and I think it's unique that he came on today because you're intriguing people, brother. You truly are intriguing people, and you know, anybody that's watching this show, you don't want to miss the fight on the 12th. I can tell you that right now. You don't want to miss it in Leeds, England, but go watch his fights. And if you don't see what I see, then let me know, because I see a hell of a lot of talent in a short period of time, and I think this man is going to make a run that the sport's never seen before. And I've never met Liam in person. I just know from research and watching his fights and what he's done on his walk. And I want to, you know, Bare Knuckle Town USA put out a tremendous story also about you. How did that make you feel getting worldwide attention now?
Oh, amazing. I mean, my name's get out there. Again, my name's getting bigger and bigger. Like, every fight, I'm selling more tickets. I've only now got Instagram, so I get more following. Like today, now, this week, my likes, my share, my friend requests, and I've been booming. I've never done so many interviews. I think I've done about 10 paper interviews. First time I've hit the papers in my hometown today. So that's a great buzz as well, because I've never hit the papers. I hit the papers for football, but I've never hit the papers for bare knuckle boxing. Bare knuckle boxing is not really known in Wales at the minute. It's more like London way, but it's getting bigger in Wales. Like, we've got some good fighters in Wales. We've got some tough talent. We've got some good up-and-comings coming as well. So yeah, it's great. Like, I'm at the top at the minute, so it's amazing.
Yeah, I can imagine you'd be at the top, mate. I'd be at the top, you know, myself. You know, what would you like to say to the people of Wales, the people of the United Kingdom? What would you like to say to them for supporting you, standing by you, and really rallying around you, mate?
I can't thank them enough, because of them, especially sponsorships. I've had so much sponsorship this camp, and like, sponsorship helps massively. Without sponsorship, the camps are hard to do, because the camps do cost quite a bit of money. So the support I've had from all the locals, companies and stuff, that's been absolutely amazing. And it's all about, you got to sell tickets as well. And obviously Leeds is quite distant from where I live, and it's hard to get people up there. But I've had great support once again. Taking a good few people up there. Yeah, and I'm getting better and better. And my support's getting better and better. So hopefully when I'm at the top now, and I have a lot more followers and a lot more people. My name's starting to get out a bit more now. And yeah, I just keep climbing the ladder.
No, mate. You know, I'm gonna let Steve wrap it up and close out the show. But it was truly an honor for me to have you on the show, pal, because what you're doing in the sport is tremendous. You know, you're a gentleman, and I love that in the aspect of the sport, because, you know, there's a lot of people like Prince Nassim and all these other people that came in different avenues of the sport, and they make a mockery of it. But you truly are true.
I'm not into all that shit, do you hear me? And making a mockery and a scene, do you hear me? I'm just here to fight and shake hands at the end of it, do you hear me? I'm just here for a good scrap. No bad blood. I'm not into the beef and all that and all the arguments for the fight. And I'm not that kind of person, do you hear me? I'm a down the heart person. I just had a fight and that's it.
Now, this is one hell of a card too that you're on, mate. You know, the main and you're the co-main. It's going to be a tremendous night for everybody. You know, Steve, the floor is yours. If you want to ask another question, bro, or wrap things up, it's all on you. But I told him I'd keep it short.
Yeah, I just wanted to wish you luck and you know, have a safe fight and you know, get that strap. You know, this is what your dream have been dreaming about. So you're gonna get your time to shine for sure.
Awesome. Thank you guys. It's been really amazing to be on your show. And hopefully I'll see you in America when I come over soon.
Yes, sir. We'll see you in America to defending that belt.
Yeah.
Hey, you look tops, mate. I'm not gonna lie. You look in great condition. I'm just gonna read these two quick questions real quick, Steve, and then you can finish it up.
Yeah, that's no problem.
Jonathan Cole says, Liam, go get the strap, and thanks for sharing parts of your journey. He also says, congrats on your run in BKB, and I think this card will be tremendous. You know, Americans are already backing you, mate. You know, and that's a tremendous thing. You know, I think we all should back each other. Anybody that steps above and beyond deserves to have acknowledgement. Steve?
Of course, yeah. I mean, and that's amazing. The more support I can get, the better. And get my name up there further and further, especially in America. I mean, America's a big place compared to where we live. We only live in a small place in the UK. And for my name to be out there, it's amazing. And I'm an honour.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Steve?
Yeah, I just wish I really don't have much more to say about it. I just, you know, it was nice meeting you, Rocky, and you know, it's your time to shine. It really is. You know, I hope you can make weight on, you know, make your weight on time like you wanted, and you know, what do you eat after? What's your celebratory?
You won't want to know. You won't want to know. So my first fight, I actually ended up in hospital for 3 days. It blew my stomach up for overeating. I could not stop eating like a pig. All I ate was cookies, cakes, crisps, dirty, cheap fast food. Just didn't stop. I wouldn't stop. And the next minute, I ended up in hospital for 3 days because I couldn't go to the toilet. My stomach was out here, and I was going to blow. And I was in so much pain. And in the hospital, when the nurse doing look, then I kept going back to the vending machine and getting me more chocolate bars. I cannot help myself.
I love food. But wow, so now you're not gonna go crazy eating after. You're gonna relax.
I have got a nice full-size cheesecake from one of the local women, Charlene, who works in a mine with me. She's bringing me a full-size cheesecake up, so that would be the first thing I eat.
What about drink? What's your drink of your
drink? I'm a lager drinker, but lately I've been drinking Thatcher's, which is a cider, which obviously I haven't drinking. I don't drink much anyway. But normally after fights I can't drink because I do such a weight cut. I come down a lot of weight. Since I've hit 30, I've realised my metabolism has slowed down. So I sit a heavier weight these days. So once I do such a big weight cut on the fight, it takes out me. I try to have a drink after with my friends, and sometimes I can't. And I'd rather go back to my room and eat pizza.
Yeah. Last words for Scott McHugh.
Good luck, Scott, and I hope you all the best. And let the best man win on the night, and we'll shake hands after it.
Here.
Well said.
You know, man, I don't know. It's like I've been in this industry for 40 years, and I don't know. You guys, you young guys are making fans out of me. This is crazy, you know, because I'm not a fanboy of anybody. But what's this, Steve? What, 3 in the last 2 weeks?
Yeah.
It's just you young guys are just, you're bringing back hope, heart, and determination for a sport that I truly love. You know, I worked the underground many years ago before it even became legal. Yeah. To see where you guys are at today is tremendous, mate. Keep doing you. Go out there and show the world who Liam Rocky Rees is, bro. I believe this opportunity is curtailed for you to shine. With that being said, I want to thank you for being on the show. If you have any sponsors, friends, family, social media sites, or anything that you'd like to add to the program, the floor is yours, champ.
Thank you. Yeah, just a shout out to all. If everyone can follow me on Instagram or Facebook, my name's Liam Rocky Rees or Rocky BKB on Instagram. I need to get me following out there and get my name out a bit more. And I want to blow this world up in the BYB and get my name loud and cause some upsets.
Well, here. And I'll tell you what, I got some buddies that also do shows, and I'll try to swing some things and get you on some better, different shows. Steve actually even does a show too. We'll see about something about that.
Oh, awesome.
Mate,
That'd be amazing.
Go get some sleep and then come out at BYB 32 and show the world.
I'll upset a lot of people and I'll prove to everyone why I should be world champion. Don't stress about that.
Yeah, and this last comment before we go. This the Brotherhood of Bare Knuckle right here. Absolutely. Go shine, mate. Get some sleep.
Thank you, guys.
Have a great night.
Nice meeting you both. Good night.
Good night, mate.
Bye.
Wow, Don, this is going to be a brawl. It's going to be.
This is going to be a banger.
And
they're
both young. When you put two young kids together in a fight, it's there's so much heart going on, and just it's going to be a great matchup.
Oh, I'm so stoked for this card, bro. We got Harrison Gigliotti on the co-main, and the main event, and this is the co-main. And I tell you what, Scott McHugh has been a living legend over the pond for quite some time, but you didn't see any fear in Liam. You didn't see any hesitation.
Nah.
This young man is prime, and he's ready. He's ready for this opportunity. You could see it, you could hear it. I know his two coaches and trainers. They're phenomenal over there in the UK. A lot of people don't know that I know tremendous amounts of people around the world, but the UK I really do. And it's not a very big place, so you can really know a lot of people. I just think this kid has come up the right way. I mean, how do you? Let me get this out of the way. Craig Costello says, "Great interview. Keep up the good work." Thanks, mate. All I can ask from you is a positive comment and hopefully a share. Because they are coming to Leeds. BYB 32 is going to be in Leeds on the 12th. I'd love to have all of you guys come out and witness. The show. It's going to be a blast, bro.
Yeah, Don, what I wanted to talk to you about is, with BYB buying or merging with BKB, it says a lot of their champs that want to fight BYB champs,
Intercontinental titles, bro.
Right. So, this one is going to be the first open unification.
Oh yeah, this is the one that this card right here solidifies the transition and the acquisition. But I gotta tell you, man, whoever on either side that put this card together, they knew they had to make a home run, and they sure as hell did. Because I mean, you could just sell this card on the two fights, the co-main and the main event. I mean, you really can. If you look at the amount of fights, the amount of talent that has been put in these two fights, it's unbelievable, and there is no back down in any of them. I am excited, though, with Harrison Gigliotti because he has a totally different style than I've ever seen in bare knuckle. He brings that shimmy. He brings the level changes. He fights from outside. There's just so much different about him, and he's been successful at that. And you heard Liam say that the dirty clinch or the dirty boxing has been kind of a hard struggle for some of these Europeans. Well, because they never did it before. It was something that was created over here, and now, they're getting used to it. But I tell you, I know his coaches, and I can tell you, when he talked about going into jiu-jitsu to get different clinch, so this young man, he's prepared. And I could have made the show longer. He tried to cancel today, but I get the point because you're this close to the fight. You're trying to make that massive cut, and he's been at the gym all day. Most people don't understand. It may be 2, 3 o'clock, whatever here,
Yeah.
But it's 9 o'clock at night for him. He has to get back up, go do his job, and then go back to the gym all the way again till 9 o'clock at night. And then he has to make that cut again. So I'm honored that we got the opportunity. I love the young, the lad that came on today's show. Like I said, whoever is bringing these young fighters into the sport of bare knuckling, into BYB, is doing a phenomenal job, because you know it and I know it. You can get a can every day of the week, but they're not anymore. They're bringing in these really intricate, talented young men. And bro, I'm enthusiastic about it, because I don't really care much for MMA anymore, because you shoot it for years. I've shot it for years. I love boxing. I love Muay Thai, but now seeing these young guys come up and just bang, and they're humble about it.
He's this is the first rugby player that I've seen in bare knuckle. So, going from rugby to bare knuckle, he's tough right off the bat, getting tackled by 10 people at once, So it's going to be very interesting that they recruit a guy from rugby. What a great sport.
Yeah. Hey, it was tremendous seeing the two young boxers on your show the other day. Why don't you, before we wrap things up, why don't you let everybody know about that card that's happening in South Florida?
Yeah. So the Fighting News, you can follow it on all the platforms at the Fighting News. When someone gets punched in the face, the Fighting News is there. And that's been our motto in all combat sports. It's the Fighting News Combat Sports. Like this weekend we have an event. It's called Made Men Promotions, which is at the Palm Beach County Convention Center, which there's not a lot of fights in West Palm Beach. And they're having a fight there. So most of the fights are down south, towards Miami and Fort Lauderdale. But they're having a fight this weekend, Saturday, 5 o'clock, Palm Beach Convention Center, and that's Made Men Promotions. And there's actually a fighter that I know. His name's Jimmy Washington. He's fighting in the main event for a belt. So it's very exciting. And the guys I had on the show the other night,
Baba. You had Baba on, didn't you?
Oh boy, Don, I'm losing it. I don't even remember what I ate for breakfast this morning.
Oh, it's no worries, bro. Hey, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and run this commercial one more time, and then we'll be back. For a little bit. We're just gonna come on.
The two guys I had on, yeah, Bubba. So his name is it's Baba Yaga.
Yeah.
He's the guy who comes for the boogeyman, Baba Yaga. That's Bryce Henry and Aaron Aponte are fighting the 11th at the Hard Rock for the Heavyweight Factory and Revolta Boxing, which was an amazing show, because I've seen these both kids fight in the amateurs, and now they're pros and they're killing it, absolutely killing it.
Wait till you get where I'm at, bro, and you have 4 to 5 different generations of the same family coming on your show. It's mind-boggling, because it's like I watch their fathers fight, then I watch them fight, then I watch their kids fight and their kids, and I'm like, it makes me feel old, but at the same time, I've been here so long, I guess it's only normal for me to transition into this. But, if you're listening to the show and you're out of the UK, I believe on BKB, the BYB page over in Europe, you can get, I think they're doing a pay-per-view or a feed through bkbtv.com. You can, I'll put a link up. I believe I already did, but if I didn't, for you people over there to catch the fight or get the tickets in Leeds, it's sure to sell out, because those people over there just in golf arenas when there's any type of an event over there. So I'd get your tickets quick.
Already, Don.
Oh yeah, I think Mike said they sold out last week. I regress. or digress, I should say. But the one thing about
standing room only, some seats standing room only available.
yeah, oh, that's a great thing though. This card garners that, bro. This card is. I wish this card was happening in the States. I'm not gonna got me spitting and everything, bro. Well, let me run this commercial. We'll be right back.
BYB heads back to England Saturday, October 12th for BYB 32 Leeds Brawl. When one of the most decorated fighters in the UK, multiple-time champion Scott McHugh, faces off against undefeated Liam Rees for the vacant BYB Police Gazette World Diamond Super Welterweight Championship. Plus, two of the top technical boxers on the BYB roster go head-to-head in an international matchup when Belfast's Joe the Dragon Fitzpatrick takes on the American Harry the Hitman Chigliotti in the co-main event. Catch all the action live. Visit BYBExtreme.com for ticket and information.
I like the way Goldberg says Chigliotti.
Yeah, right. You know, Goldberg's great, man. He's just phenomenal. But I tell you what, I don't think Leeds is gonna know what to do come fight night. I'm stoked, and I'm here.
Yeah. Two
mean,
belts on the line. Two people fighting for that strap. It's going to be a great night. They are welterweight and the lightweight police.
Gazette, Triple Diamond. Yeah, it's going to be phenomenal, man. I mean, when you look at it this way, the sport is going to blow up in the right way. And I think from the top down, from Mike Vasquez all the way to the bottom of this company, you know, whoever is creating these aspects for this promotion is truly defining a new path and creating a global enterprise for BYB. And I think it's tremendous, you know. So with that being said, you any final thoughts? You want to give your shout out to everybody that?
No, I'm just, happy to be on your show and speak with Rocky. It's great stories, make up great fights. Scott's got a great story also, and he's been doing it for so long. Like, he literally he's got like 30 bare knuckle fights, which is, I don't know his exact number of fights, but I saw the list is like this long of the fights that he's had.
Yeah, and then when you look at Liam, he's a two-time BKB world champion, undefeated at 3-0. And a lot of people will say, well, that's not a very impressive record. Go watch his fights and see how he won those fights. And he hasn't been in bare knuckle very long at all. So this kid has an astonishing future. Whether he defeats McHugh or not, see, this is one thing I like to say. Even if he defeats McHugh or not, this kid is going to have one hell of a ride in the bare knuckle world, especially with BYB. A lot of people complain about this new era of boxing and that MMA is getting stagnant. I was one of those people too. So if you're one of them people, trust me, tune in to Fuse TV, the Fight Channel, or the Fight Network. BYB Extreme has the listings on every channel. You can get it. BN Sports. I don't know how they're going to do it in Europe, but you don't want to miss this fight. I mean, this one's got me stoked. This has got me more stoked than Tenori Irwin too.
Which was a banger.
It was a straight banger, and this one is, got to step all over that one in my eyes. This, like I said, whoever matched this card, did one hell of a job, because boy, there's some smoke, and when there's smoke, there's some fire.
How do you see that fight? How do you see that fight coming?
Honestly,
yeah,
I think Liam becomes the new champion of the world. I think there's a changing of the guard. I think Gigliotti also comes out with a victory. I could be wrong. I got a 98% pick ratio, but you asked me, I'm going to tell you the truth. I think all four of them are tremendous athletes.
Yeah.
But if I had to pick, put me on the spot, Liam and Gigliotti. What's your thoughts?
I see the Liam going the distance, and I see it going the distance. And then by points, whoever wins.
Come on, man. That's the easy way out, bro.
What?
That's the easy way out. Come on, bro.
I'm gonna pick Liam, and that's just because I seen Scott McHugh fight Desmond Green up close and personal, and I don't know. Maybe it was the coming from there to United States, the difference in time zone or getting used to it, but he didn't look as good as these last 3 fights that I've seen Liam.
Yeah,
he's a banger, but Scott's very good at conditioning and taking the hits and going the distance. So that's what I see it happening. And I'm Gigliotti. I have Gigliotti knockout.
See, I see it a little bit different, but I got Gigliotti with a knockout. I'll give you that. I think McHugh and Liam are just, that fight right there just has fight of the night written all over it. I mean, neither one of them is going to give a step back. Neither one of them is going to run. Right. It's the traditional bare knuckle from Europe, and then now you add the dirty clinch to it. It's going to be a devastating war. I want to wish both of them gentlemen great luck. October 12th, BYB 32 Leeds. Going to be one hell of a show. Give this comment just because he's my buddy. What up, y'all? Just getting home and tuning in. Well, you can go back and watch it, bro. It's not that long. It's only about 45 minutes. We've been bull crapping for 15 minutes, but it was a hell of an opponent on here, man. And Liam Rocky Rees, I think he's gonna. I don't know. We're just gonna have to wait and see. I'm not gonna get myself in trouble. With that being said, I want to thank you all. Have a good night, and God bless.